Alright, read your little webbot stuff here, right? This is from the March report, released the 7th to 8th of March. Well, it's at least the date of creation was the 7th, the report. Because you got to think about this. The webbot has had an absolutely incredible track record with cryptos. I mean, unbelievable. And it started in 2015. As we got towards the end of the year, a couple months in advance maybe, whatever time frame it was, somewhere around there, like October, November maybe, start talking about the price of Bitcoin, which had been sitting around 250 for the longest part of the year, going to 400 to 408 to 428. It's going to do this 3 times, and it's not ever going to look back. You know, that happened. Next target, 888. 888. Okay, it bounced around that number out of control for days. Then it went on, never to see that again. Once it was done playing that game, it went up 1,000, 1,200, 1,400's next target, 2,000, 1,900's next target, 23, 24, $2,500, boom. Then we're going to see a $500 sell-off. Again, whatever the price it was supposed to fall back on, it went up $200 or $300 more. Then it did the $500 sell-off. It's not absolutely perfect, but damn it, this webbot is crazy accurate, pretty damn accurate. And when it came to cryptos, it was more accurate than I've ever seen my entire life of following this thing. And I've been following the webbot for years and years and years and years, like forever. And I mean, I remember back when I used to go to George Year's website to get the little pieces and things he would post on there. Because back in the day, the webbot was expensive. I didn't have, $300 or so to buy one of these reports. And then, Cliff and him kind of parted ways, and I'm not sure exactly how long after, but he started lowering the prices significantly in the webbot. So I started buying every one of them. And saw amazing things happen that it would predict. But then there were some things that didn't happen. But it was still enough to fascinate me that the things it did get, how the hell did it get those? It's just interesting. Then he gets into cryptos, and it's as if he just, rewrote the whole webbot, system, if you will. And it's phenomenally accurate, insanely accurate. And look, we know that the whole February $13,800 Bitcoin, where's that price? Well, February to March, we're at the end of March, where it still isn't here. Oh, it looks like you missed it. But I keep saying, well, wait a minute. All the price points he talked about, because if you remember even last year, he said, oh, the latest update, and this is before December, the latest update is that 13,880 number, the next number is actually $20,000, and it'll be here, I think he said it'd be here even sooner, or something like that. I'd have to go find, I don't remember if it was a tweet or a video he was in, I don't remember, but I was like, oh, that's interesting. His new number is actually $20,000 for Bitcoin. We saw 13,880 and $20,000 all in the month of December. So it happened 2 months in advance. He still said, though, in the December report, the data still may be right. We see a dip, then it goes back to 13,880. Data still got it right. But again, as we getting out of March and into April now, might have to say, well, it's not looking like it's going to happen. Unless all of a sudden, first week of April hits, boom, it flies up there. Timing's not always perfect on the webbot. Again, look at the whole mystery coin thing. That thing was 2 months off with Tezos, which filled the data crazy accurately when that whole thing hit, which I'm still waiting to hear anything on that, any news on Tezos. I thought they were going to release it a few weeks away, which I guess it has been a few weeks away right now, but whatever. I just want you to think about this and put yourself in the following mind or frame of mind. Tell yourself, I know cryptos are going to be insanely higher later on. 2018 is the year. I just have to be super, uber patient. Buy the dips, hodl if you want, play some trading activity if you want. Hodling can't, if you don't sell, you can't say I lost anything. It's only a loss when you sell. And that's, of course, if you sell and it's down. Of course, if it's up and you sell, well, nothing wrong with taking a profit. But playing it safe is hodl. The safest thing, honestly, for me is hodl. because I can certainly wait it out. Market takes a dump. Oh, no. Back up. Okay, never mind. It's fine. All the coins I had then, I still have. Didn't lose any. Now, naturally, if I could sell and make a profit at one particular move or another and get more coins back later on as I buy them cheaper, that's great. But I'm not trying to turn, $100 into the maximum amount in the shortest amount of time. I need to turn $100 into $10,000 really quick. No, I mean, I did my good investments last year, so I'm sitting good. Most people, I think, have a nice little holding. We can afford to wait. And if you can't, you're going to have to play some dangerous games. But I'm telling you, if I just had a little lump sum of money and had nothing else to do, Joe, what would I do? Litecoin. Not even thinking about it. Boom, Litecoin. So I'm going to read you like 4 small paragraphs. And just think about this. And just say to yourself, again, I just have to wait a little bit. That's all. Other temporal markers show up for the 5 new blues, including the word and concept of surprise. Not shock, nor trauma, but rather the more pleasant nudge from universe that we wrap up in the context of surprise is forecast to be appearing all through March and into April, with longer-term supporting sets indicating that these instances of surprise will be a carrying on effect into our lives well into late August. The surprise sets are indicated to be bringing new perceptions that will be of great benefit to much of the crypto space and its participants, especially many of the well-known names. The data has many of the crypto celebrities being surprisingly elevated into new, broad aspect roles within the larger social order as cryptocurrencies move further towards the mainstream awareness forecast to be visible within the community by the end of the year. Further support, that yawn was fighting. I was fighting it. Forecast to be visible within the community by the end of the year. Further surprising, surprise, startled, and other variants of the context are forecast to be repeatedly appearing throughout March and early April. As such, that discussion is forecast to include the strange number of appearances of the surprise context within this short period, a little over a month. These surprise and surprising, active mode of the word, sets are also bringing in references to nations that will be considering adoption and debating cryptocurrencies. Well, we've had a couple very recently. We just had an amazing video a guy shared with me in Brazil. The #1 watch thing, it's on there. Joe, this is like, you have no idea how good this is. I didn't know that. If I didn't have a guy from Brazil to tell me that, I would have not even known that it just happened. So that's one. There's other countries moving. That's a big deal. But Venezuela, we're creating our own cryptocurrency. We're going to sell our oil with it, for it. You've got other countries, but sometimes these countries aren't the U.S. or Canada or somewhere near home, so we don't really hear about it too much. Take somebody up like me or whatever on YouTube saying, "Oh, hey, look what I just found over here. Look what somebody sent me." So there's been 2 like this month. I'm trying to think when Venezuela actually started their thing, officially, but that was recently as well. Not that Venezuela's going to change everything, no. But this thing with Brazil is actually pretty big. And again, I said just the other day, hey, well, that's interesting. The State Department is going to work with something with 2 different blockchain deals with Coca-Cola, whatever, to stop slave labor wages. Oh, that's a good idea. The State Department's doing that? Well, I thought cryptos are going to crash and burn and it's over. Nope. More FUD. And there's a whole bunch more. I just pick and choose videos I want to talk about. I could come out here every day and find something. Oh, that's newsworthy. Check that out. But is it as newsworthy as something else I want to talk about? 2018, as model space has moved into March, the subsets of opportunity and advancement and abundance develop new supporting sets of their own, even as these same sets are growing in support of crypto space and cryptocurrencies in general. The shift into advancement and what is described a rampaging, slap you in the face, abundance are being described as swift and certain, along with descriptors of sudden and shocking. In the case of the last supporting set, the data has volume as the key language, gaining the most support. So it says as model space has moved into March, the subsets of opportunity and advancement and abundance develop new supporting sets of their own. So they're developing this new supporting set of their own, even as the same sets are growing in support of crypto space. So basically what it's saying is March, which we're in right now, we're almost out of, to April. April starts next, but March is when this data just starts getting filled. That's when we're just seeing the words abundance, opportunity, advancement, etc. as we creep into March. But what about April, May, June, July, right? What about those months? If this is just creeping, what happens then? In the case of the last supporting set, which was sudden and shocking, the data has volume as the key language, gaining the most support. So if you saw my live stream last night, which it's available now, you can watch, I talked about last year, and you look at the charts of cryptos in general, the whole market cap, all cryptos, where were they at? Beginning of the year, a couple $100 million in volume. Now, there's coins that are, okay, and they've got that volume. You know what I mean? Much less the whole freaking crypto space, to the tune of now billions and billions in 24-hour volume. But I said, look, you can't even see the volume line. Like, they're not even big enough to register yet. Oh, look over here in May, when everything started to finally go pop and start moving all at once, happened all at once. And then you start seeing the volume. And then volume, boom. You got a lot of volume, you got a lot of price action. Price, if again, look at the price of what they were. Well, price action could be down too, couldn't it? Yeah, technically it could, huh? But what was the price of cryptos in March, April, May of last year? Especially May, because that's when the party really got started. March, April, May, June, July, August, September. It went crazy. And what I'm looking at now is honestly telling me that I would not be shocked at all if the same exact thing happened, except we already have a ton of volume in cryptos now, unlike last year at this time. So we still got April to go to, then we got May to go to. Is May going to be a repeat of last year? If it is, you better look out. It's going to be crazy in a good way. Anyways, in the case of the last supporting set, the data has volume as the key language, gaining the most support. Yet again, more supporting language being forecast for the shockingly large volume, and here's the other thing, of new people in cryptocurrencies. So here I am talking about regular volume in the markets that I'm seeing. Wait a minute, last year we didn't have anything like this. At this time, January, February, March, April, you couldn't even see it. Like, you have to zoom in to see the damn. Now it's holy crap, it's all there. So as we progress in this year, what's going to happen with that? I'm telling you, which as you're going to see when I read this, how cryptos are probably going to end this year very well. You'll see that even the volume we see right now is nothing, was a nothing burger compared to where it's fixing to go. But the new volume of people joining into cryptos is now what this is talking about. Once again, Brazil, and there's actually a section here I'm about to read you that mentions the word Brazil, which the guy picked up on, which is why he sent it to me, and it's right in here. I'm going to read it in a second. But if that, got to 1 million people in Brazil, and then those million, telling their friends and family, did you see the such and such show last night? No, I didn't see it. Well, the cryptocurrencies and this now, oh yeah. Now they want to get some. Well, then there's another country, and some other people heard something, and all the people that you know, and all the people that I know, and people who come to me and still ask about this, okay, I think I'm ready to get in, that hasn't stopped. Nobody's saying I'm done. The lady just cleaned our house again last month. Our neighbor, she does that. That's her job. She owns the company. One of her girls came over. It's our monthly cleaning service. Come on over. And I asked Evelyn if she want to get paid in Litecoin again, I know the market's down now. It was 220 something when I paid her last month. And at that exact date, it was like 220 something, I think, was per Litecoin, if I recall. And I'm like, I'm gonna give her 230, 235 or whatever it was. I think it was whatever it was. I gave her a little bonus, the first initial clean where they have to do a lot more work than just keeping up with it monthly. Sure enough, she wants to get paid. No, keep going. I want to get paid in Litecoin. Great, because guess what's gonna happen? When I paid her yesterday, it was around $149, I think. I gave her. I said, I'm gonna give her 172. Just gonna do it. $172 worth. But having said that, let's just say it was 150, like what I owed her. And 150 in a month from now is $200 something, 250, maybe it's 300 finally, right? I'm just gonna throw that out there. Imagine it goes to 300. It doubles in a month. She just said, wow, I essentially got paid twice. I just got paid for 2 houses, except I only cleaned 1. So that'll be their perspective. Or somebody else who does work and gets paid in a similar fashion. It's going to pay off. But when that happens, what do you think she's going to do? Who do you think she's going to tell? And what are her people that work for her going to tell other people? They may have conversations with people that they clean their houses. This is just one example. Oh yeah, we have this one client lives next to my boss, and he and his wife they pay us with cryptocurrencies. Matter of fact, they got their house using those things. Oh really? Yeah, and I'm getting paid now too in cryptos. Because she actually wants to get paid in Litecoin too, the lady that works for her. Okay, cool. This is one little micro thing, right? Microcosm and a macrocosm. The word's still spreading. People are getting it. I thought for sure, she's brand new. She probably, she probably doesn't want to keep going. Even though she should. Average person just getting into this stuff. It was 200 something. Now it's 150. I don't want to mess with that. No, I want more. Keep going. That's how it needs to be. And there's plenty of those stories. Many of these sets for shocking rates of adoption are filling with a spread of geographic references indicating something of a global mania that will be building over the second and third quarters of this year. Do you remember early last year, or sometime last year, but probably earlier, and it talked about panic to own some of these cryptos? There'd be a panic buying and stuff. And I knew at one point there was also a panic to own silver language, which still hasn't manifested, of course. But there'd be a panic to get into like Litecoin and things like that. I could have swore, I couldn't even remember which report it was in, that it would talk about this mad rush into there. And I'm thinking, wow, that was filled in December, big time. It just in days, $100 to $372, Litecoin. Of course, Bitcoin was $8,000, $20,000. Anyways, many of these sets for shocking rates of adoption are filling with a spread of geographic references indicating something of a global mania that will be building over the second and third quarters. So we just started the second quarter. In April. January, February, March, April, May, and June. That's the second quarter. July, August, September, October, November, December. So, global mania. If that was your crystal ball, you had one sentence you could read, and it chose for you this sentence. And the crystal ball, just think of this for a second, just pretend, is spot on. And this is all you get. You know it's about cryptos, and it says many of these sets for shocking rates of adoption are filling with a spread of geographic references indicating something of a global mania that will be building over the second and third quarters of this year. That's all you got. Would you care or be upset or bothered? Another red day in cryptos. Or would you say, damn it, I need to do everything I can do to get my hands on more of these things? If that kind of mania is coming in the next several months, and even further we go, worse it gets, damn, I need to get my hands on some of these things. Because if a mania, panic to own kind of a thing is coming, I need as many as I can get now. Just common sense. I need as many as I can get now while it's cheap. Litecoin is cheap. at $200 and $300. You're going to realize at some point, and I've got a sneaky suspicion, not too distant future, even $300 Litecoin is going to be cheap. Alright, it is as model space is moved through the transition into the third quarter. So from the second to the third quarter. So, right, March, April, May, June, and then June to July, August, September, as it's moved into June, July, or really July. It is as model space is moved through the transition into the third quarter that growth of the mania sets takes off, coincidentally with the appearance of escalating as a supporting subset for adoption rates. Many of the details for these sets have the Western republics, USA/EU, as being laggards in the rush to obtain cryptocurrencies. So the whole world, as usual, is going to get to it first, while us Americans and Western side drag our feet and blah, 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 and feel like we're left behind. Except if you're following JSNP4, who is in the USA, you ain't going to be left behind. You know what they say, a Marine never leave a good man's behind. These are also sets for country, nation adoption of cryptocurrencies that are going to be able to be used as temporal markers for price action. Okay? So it says there are also sets for country, nation adoption of cryptocurrencies that are going to be used as temporal markers for price action. So when you hear Brazil's making a move, or this country's making a move, or this other country's making, that is a temporal marker for get ready for some price action. It's telling you what to look for before the price jumps. Specifically coming up just prior to the movement of model space into the third quarter is, guess who? Brazil, as a major nation adopter of cryptocurrencies, although the language is based around blockchain and the immutable, non-corruptible nature of cryptocurrencies as a form of money. And they just have, on the #1 watched TV show channel, whatever, the guy told me, Joe, you have no idea how huge this is. In Brazil, it just aired recently. Very positive light on cryptocurrencies. Tons and tons of Brazilians just watched that. And you mean to tell me the WebBot report, which was compiling data in February and January for the report in March and then released on March 7th, was able to pick this up right here before that even happened? Not that they've adopted it yet, but a huge TV channel playing this in a very positive light. It's the biggest show people ever watch, and it's shown on there. Why does JSNP like the WebBot report? Case in point. In your face right there, it just happened. Much of the language in these sets is about anti-corruption being the prime emotional motivator for people to accept and embrace cryptocurrencies. I strongly agree with that. Put our government on the damn blockchain, most of it. Can't put the police and that kind of thing. You still need that as a human. But blockchain, almost all of it. Get rid of these pork stuffing, pigs. There are several sets for major reversals of trends that are forecast to be affecting both equities at a, stocks and whatnot, at a global level, emphasis on the US and EU, and cryptocurrencies. Again, how's that stock market been looking lately after this report was even written? Not looking real good lately, has it? These sets for reversal are indicating that the repair trends for equities will reverse with a hard edge at some point between the equinox and about April 25th or so. During that reversal phase, the data has cryptocurrencies Well, my question is, first of all, repair trends. So does that mean what we've seen lately here, stock market, it will be repaired and start going back up again? And along with it, here comes cryptos. Is that what we're reading here? There are several sets for major reversal of trends. So right now the trends have sucked for the stock market. Or the trends is that it sucks, and it is sucking, that are forecast to be affecting both equities at a global level and cryptos, which cryptos have been hit a little bit lately, haven't they? Yeah. These sets for reversal are indicating that the repair trends for equities will reverse with a hard edge at some point between the equinox and about April 25th. During that reversal phase, the data has cryptocurrencies gaining significantly in adopters who will be seen as fleeing from trend slaughter within the traditional legacy markets. So if that's the case, then the crap market that we've seen lately, the stock market, that trend may continue. And people say, okay, I thought it was going to bounce back, and it doesn't quite bounce back. It keeps going lower, a little bit lower, a little bit lower. Okay, I want to take my money out and put it somewhere that's not experiencing this. Oh, what's that? It's those damn cryptos again. Those same ones that we thought were going away and are not. And they're going up again. And the amount of percentage-wise I've just lost in the stock market over the last 3 months, those just gained in 2 days. I've seen enough. I'm going in. That's what I think I'm reading here. During that reversal phase, the data has cryptocurrencies gaining significantly in adopters who will be seen as fleeing from trend slaughter within the traditional legacy markets. Within some of these sets are hints and temporal markers relating to trust-busting language. This language would appear about 2 weeks ahead of the events. Even as this report is being posted, new language to the effect of trade war has already had an impact on markets. Well, again, Donald Trump laying down the law on China, tariffs, etc., right? Speaking of trade wars, that just happened. The forecasts from the data sets have a much larger reaction to the trust conglomerate busting language forecast to follow. And then finally, this last little bit, something I've already read, but I want this to sink in, because you don't get to press the reset button. You don't get to press the, can we redo that again? The only thing you get to do is say, boy, I wish I could see $300 Litecoin again. Boy, I wish I'd see $500 Litecoin again. I'd buy the hell out of that. Yeah, but don't you remember when it was 150, 160, 170, 200, back to 150, and everyone's all scared, and you had your opportunity. There it was. Now you're begging for $500 Litecoin, right? Just like we begged, I keep saying we begged for $2,000, $3,000, $5,000 Bitcoin. Give me that. Nope. 8,800, 8,000, whatever it's at, 9,000, bouncing around. That's what you get. Boy, would I give my right eye for $2,000 Bitcoin. Well, that's funny. In the beginning of last year, it was only $800, $900. So I want you to think about Litecoin. You don't get to press the reset button. You don't get to press the redo button. When it gets to that certain level, it will never come back down to these kind of prices we see. When it gets to that certain level, you will never see these prices again. Here's the link. Here's the last paragraph. Other language of interest has Litecoin becoming emblematic of both cryptocurrencies, altcoins, space, as well as a symbol for new rich, and the rise of the crypto millionaires as a discernible class within our society. These sets have forecasts for a number of new videos that will be focused on Litecoin and its role as a vehicle to riches over a very short time. According to the data, we should be able to expect to see the appearance of several stars in the video spaces as both tell-all, how I made my money, and musical celebrations of Litecoin videos are presented during these next 6 months. What about March? Right at the end of March. You don't know month number 3? What about month number 3? Oh, come on, kid, I just work here. So you don't know March number, you don't know month number 3. Yeah, number 3 is March. Number 4 is April. Number 5 is May. This is telling you over the next 6 months, millionaires are going to be made. And we're all just so focused, but the last 2 weeks of March, I thought, confidence in that. Yeah. They started taking off early last week, went flat a little bit, now they're down a little bit. But the massive amount of volume still playing in these markets is telling to me, up or down, there's some volume hitting these things. And last year, we didn't even kind of have this kind of volume. And what happens if April and then May come again? Last year, May, out of nowhere, just an enormous amount of money just floods into cryptos across the board, just floods in there. Who did that? Where did that come from? And who's to say it's not about to happen again? All I'm telling you is, you don't get a redo button. You don't get a reset button. You're in the moment now. You're here now. You have to make actions and decisions now. If you're sitting on the sidelines, well, I want to wait. That's your problem. And yeah, it's your problem if you do that. Maybe you'll get lucky. Maybe Litecoin will be in the 130s here shortly. Maybe you'll grab some more. One last final time kind of a thing. Maybe. But I've been stacking since last year. And buy some more, there's a dip. Buy some more, there's a dip. Buy some more, there's a dip. Buy some more. And I come out and tell y'all through the videos what I'm doing. I'm going shopping, I'm shopping for crypto. Because I want it to count for you too. Just like it's going to count for me. And if patience was a fuse, like the light a firecracker or, some dynamite or something, my patience fuse, right? My fuse length is a mile long. That's how long my patience in these crypto markets fuse is. It's a mile long. Most people, it's about that long. Cryptos, where's my money? Everyone's getting rich, not me. I'm out. Oh, went up again. I missed it. Dang it. Oh, it's up. It's going down. Let me sell. Up, back up again. Up, missed it. Get back in. Went back down on me. Lost some more money there. My patience is a mile long. My patience fuse, if you will. I'm going to have to coin that term. Trademark. Patience fuse. How long's your patience fuse? About a mile long. A couple light years. I could wait a light year or two. Be dead for a light year's worth of time. But anyways, I wanted to share that with you and tell you, you don't get to redo it. You don't get a redo button. It's not a video game. You don't get to start over again. Let me try to beat that level again faster than I did last. There's no do-over. There's no do-over on Bitcoin. You're not getting $2 Bitcoin. Just like you're not getting $40 Litecoin. Like last year. It's not going to happen. If that thing were to happen, do you have any idea what all of us would do on a price like that? Which is why it ain't going to happen. Just be patient. Wait it out. Maybe you got to wait, right? Here's one for you. Maybe you're going to have to wait all of April. And it just creeps a little bit. Does this some more? Yeah. And then May hit. Again, May like last year hits. And out of nowhere, well, the technical analysis is showing, and then all of a sudden, boom! Enormous money floods in. Well, we didn't see that coming, just like we didn't see Mt. Gox sell-off coming. Except this time it's the other way. And everyone's like, oh my God, what just happened to my portfolio? Extremely excited. Everybody's happy because something just happened. Unexpected, right? And those kind of things will be happening in crypto space. Mark my words. When exactly? Don't know. But this little WebBot report that I'm now trashing because I'll be throwing away as I walk in gives you a little bit of a glimpse. Maybe not even a little bit, but gives you a good glimpse of where these things are going to go. It has been very accurate since the end of 2015. 2016, 2017, and now we're in 2018. You think it's all of a sudden just going to be complete garbage and never work like it has? I mean, think about that. What are the chances of that? Slim to none. All you have to do, again, made it on Brazilian TV, Department of Justice, dealing with this Coca-Cola thing, with the blockchain, the slave labor. This isn't going away. I gotta go. Take care.